Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the Broncos, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Years of champions have come and gone. Who will claim number 60 as we're off in the 2026 Super Bowl?
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
40 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that.
And the Broncos are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he returns this to the 22. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. To Montgomery to begin the drive.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
19 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Caught by Montgomery. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. On 1st down, Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Going deep this time for Miller. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. On 2nd down now, it's Wallace. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now Wilson. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on first down. Wallace, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. They run the counter. It's Wallace, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. It's caught. Smith. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Now it's Fields.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a handoff up the middle. Wallace. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson. Intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Fields now to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, Was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. This is taken just shy of the 10. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Taken from about the 12. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Fields will get that complete to his tight end Connect, finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Off play action, Fields.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Airing this one out for Evans.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Fields.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Bears are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Play action. It's Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
They've got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Here's Wilson. He's going to go up top again. He's got him in, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 8 coming up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On second down, it's Wallace, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Wallace. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards, the final tally.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson taking it in from the 20.
And the Broncos are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20, 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They got the big play, then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Wallace. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Play action. Now Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, it's Wallace. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle they go. Wallace, a solid stiff arm. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
It's Wallace, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will add to their 4th quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And the Lombardi Trophy goes west, and it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of...
If God for me, who could be against me?
Got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket.
I make it out like I'm conflicted.